Well, so you ever think about how next year will have been 10 years that we've known each other?
Not specifically.
I think about that sometimes. Like how this year, it's been 15 years that I've known Braden. This is a subtle reference to the fact that I am incapable of making new friends.
I'm sorry, I'll leave.
No!
I don't know how else to take that. Look at all the people I've known for a long time. My life sucks.
That's not a negative.
You said
If
that's
I,
a negative.
if I, sorry, not my inability, my unwillingness. I don't wanna. I got my friends. I'm fine.
Welcome to Mictum.
Victim's not looking too hot. Where's the Zohar?
This
Where's
way.
Abel? Go to the cathedral. Oh boy. How do you say that? Archon?
I guess so. I've only ever read it.
Hopefully someone says it.
Probably.
It's either Archon or Aircon.
Or Archon.
Archon? Maybe?
I don't think it's Archon, but it could be. But this is where Voyager killed Ziggy's wife and child.
Before he was robot.
Before he was a robot, yes. Because after seeing that, Ziggy shot himself in the head and then died and then became robot.
Oh, he committed suicide. Got it.
Yeah, because Voyager was gonna, Voyager was trying to, recruit him to become Testament as well. And Ziggy's like, no. But you're gonna kill me if I say no, so joke's on you, I'm killing myself. Wow, this guy's blind.
Might not be blind.
Also, I've been saying this since Xenosaga 2. Am I crazy, or are these literally just cosmonauts?
What? Oh, wait, hold on.
I know it's hard to see them at this angle, but...
Wait, hold on. Okay, they're pixely and kind of blurry, but like...
Here, we'll get a better angle once I attack.
Oh. Hold on. Ah. Oh, they keep getting fucking obscured, or I only see them from the side. But like, from what I saw, yeah, they kind of do just look like cosmonauts.
They're still cosmonaut flavored. No,
Unfortunate.
that's what I get for trying to back up.
Not allowed.
Yeah, don't just leave like normal people.
Nina is not having a good time.
It's fine.
Oh no, 2,500. Oh yeah, I got a haircut today. I hate haircuts.
Bad job.
No, actually, it is. The haircut was good. Actually,
Good job.
it I now have bangs. Not the fang radius. I do really like the way the ESs look in this game. They're really good mechs, in my opinion.
Yeah,
They're really good
I
mech
like
designs.
You'd also like the gears in Xenogear. Was that all they were hiding here?
I suppose.
Okay.
Oh, I got a question for you. So in between you playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, which comes out in like a month, right? You said? Oh, am I lagging or are you lagging?
I'm lagging because I tapped out.
Okay.
I was trying to see if I could turn you up because you were a little quiet and I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Xenoblade Chronicle X comes out in like a month, right?
Yeah.
There's time between you finishing this and that you want to watch me play Xenogears?
I mean, I am not opposed to that, but I would like to make progress in EDF.
Yeah, of course. Just like if we have spare time, because okay, so we have you're playing this.
I am.
What's it called? Then we've got then you've got in a month you've got X, right?
Yep.
That leaves about a month where we're only doing EDF, right?
Yeah.
So just if we both feel like doing something else, right? Because we're not on any. As much as I would like to do it sooner, rather, I guess okay, we are kind of on a time limit because we want to do
Dark
Doom
Ages,
also.
Because
Yeah,
the thing is,
just
once Xenoblade X comes out, I'm no longer on a time limit, so like I can set Xenoblade aside to do things. There's no
What?
time sensitivity there.
Yeah. What's it called? I Give me 2 seconds. But what's it called? How would you be okay with me playing it in my own like spare time? And like if
As
while we have
long
these
as
like
you keep me updated.
of course. But what's it called? Like you know how we're doing this, like how you've got some you're playing it, and while we've both got spare time, you're streaming it to me while
Yeah.
because this isn't long enough for us to both like reasonably boot up EDF and yada yada, and you've got your time limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say I get off work one day, and you're off at your job, right?
Yeah.
Um, I could be playing Xenogears during then, and
You could,
then
yes.
like I could stream it on Twitch or whatever if I felt like it.
If your internet lets
And
you.
if it lets me, oh god, I really wish you. I really hope it. I need my internet to fucking work with me, please. But
yeah, I'm
as
good
long as
with that.
and then while you've got time, like after work or something, I'd stream it here and we talk. As long as I keep you updated, and me keeping you like up to date with like terminology and stuff shouldn't be as important as you keeping me up to date with stuff like that because you already know what happens in the game.
Yeah, there's not
You already know about
glossary database thing in Gears, so
it.
there will be a lot of times where there are words thrown out that you don't know that I do at this point. So if you ever want to ask what a term is, you can ask me, and I may or may not answer because it might be something that's like revealed later. But
What I'll do is I'll make a list, I'll make a notepad of all the things that I'm gonna ask you about next time we like meet up in a voice chat. I'll just be like, okay, so this. What do all of these mean? Wait, hold on. Or I could like I keep a list on screen on my stream where I'm like, I don't list of words I don't know.
that would fill up the screen way too fast.
I just like every time it starts to take up too much room, I just shrink it. I shrink the text.
It would probably still.
look, I think it would be really funny if by the end of the game it was just full.
It would be before the end of the game.
I mean, like, okay,
I mean, I guess if
not
you're deleting them
everything.
once you learn what
Particularly,
they are,
yeah,
then yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna delete them. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like, of course, I'm gonna be deleting the ones that I learn what they mean once they no longer confuse me. But like, and I know that not everything is gonna be explained because it was meant to be the first game in a series.
The 5th game in a series, actually.
Did they not do it in order?
They Star Wars'd it.
God fucking damn it! Okay, so where does that one fit in?
The episodes are so far apart in the Xenogears Perfect Works that it is the start of the story it's telling and the end of the story it's telling, but in the greater universe, it is the 5th.
Yeah, I mean, like, that makes sense. Of course, the game is going to be a complete story. It's just not going to be the complete picture.
Because, like, that's one of my favorite things about Gears, like, getting to, like, a specific part in the game, and then, like, the history unraveling, and you're like, holy shit, this really is the 5th game, and that's not, like, an ass pull. That is something that was planned and thoroughly planned, like, thought out within the mythos of the world building and everything, and it's so well done.
Yeah. What's it called? I feel like that's a really good way to do just storytelling in general, is to plan out the entire story and then just pick a point and you start there. And then you can just make the rest whenever, but like you have a full story. It's fully thought out, it's fully coherent. But you can like tell a story within that story and then it has room to be expanded on without it feeling sort of forced, you know? Like a lot of sequels have that issue, or like even like especially prequels, where it's pretty clear that they weren't thought of whenever the original idea was made, right?
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say FNAF, but it kind of was made exactly like that. A game was made, and then everything around it was sort of made off of that without any sort of prior idea.
Because there was never meant to be anything more. That was his last game, and then, wait, holy shit, this is popular
That was
now.
gonna be his final fantasy. It was his final fantasy. Roll credits.
Because Saga has similar issues where, like, some of the things in Saga 2 were not really planned by Saga 1 necessarily, but because of the circumstances of development, it got changed, and then Takahashi just kind of had to roll with it for episode 3.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm trying to think of another story that was like that, but they're few and far between because nobody ever thinks.
Yeah.
Either that or budget makes them have to condense their ideas so that now something that was going to be several things is now
But
2
the problem is
things
it's
or
not really
even one thing.
realistic to do that because there is no guarantee that like you'll ever be able to make that full story.
Yeah.
It's like that's a lot of ambition for a really, really risky turnout.
Yeah. I feel like it's become more common, like, and more doable in the modern age, where you don't need to rely on a publisher to get your game out, or you know, a distributor to get your film out or something, right? You can just sort of make something and put it out there.
Because
And
the
so,
Perfect Works attempts are extremely ambitious, and unfortunately, just were never able to pan out with the original vision.
Genuinely ahead of their time.
Blade is getting to actually be fleshed out and everything, but Blade is definitely not the original Perfect Works vision.
Shulk feeling it was not part of the pitch Bible.
Like, the way they turn it into Perfect Works is very, very cool. Like, I almost wish I had played Gears and Saga before playing Blade, but it's been really, really interesting playing Blade first and seeing how Blade all connects, and then going back to Gears and Saga and then going, oh my god.
Okay, so would you recommend I play Gears? Like, okay, I'm gonna play Gears anyways, just because I think it's interesting. But would you recommend I then play Saga and then Blade?
I mean, you've already seen most everything of Saga.
Yeah, but I still need to make myself play more games, I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, it's really up to you.
like I'm gonna be really honest with you. Part of the reason why I keep like agreeing to do these long drawn out like game marathons is because I need to make myself play more games.
Because I'm just not particularly sure you'd like Saga 1 and 2.
Are they the? I mean, I know that Saga 2 is garbage
It
based off
really
what you
is.
said. And look.
Like, it got cheesy,
I know
but...
we talked like whenever we were playing through the rest of the EDF games, right? We talked like there was a few times where we were like, you know, can't bash Insect Armageddon too much without like actually playing it, right? Because you know you were saying
fair
it's garbage,
enough.
so I was like, yeah, okay, it's
But I mean,
garbage.
like,
I'm gonna
it's a
bash
little
it.
bit different type of a thing, because it's not necessarily just, oh, because, like, I'm including Saga 1 in this, and I do not think Saga 1 is a bad game. But the conventions and
Yeah.
everything, I feel like the way everything comes together as a package in Saga 1 wouldn't be very enjoyable to the way I perceive your enjoyment of games.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So
But
I'm not
what's it
saying,
called?
oh, let's bash on Saga 1 even though you've never played it. I'm just like, I don't really think you would have a good time with it.
Yeah, I get that. But also, I feel like I actually should probably understand the story of it if I'm going to try and understand the story of these games firsthand, you know? Because there
I
are
will
still
give
like,
you all the support and advice I can muster if you go through the blade or the sagas. I am not like stopping you or anything. I'm just saying that you don't feel like you have to.
yeah, but like, what's it called? You, no, absolutely no offense to you, because like, I really do appreciate you being as like patient as you have been with walking me through the story of these games.
Oh, I'm not
Whenever
under any delusion that I feel like I am making this crystal clear from start to finish.
No, there's a lot of holes. There's a lot of holes, and that's not your fault.
Well, it's kind of like a similar thing with like movie adaptations of books, like ongoing book series, where they
Uh-huh.
think they adapt everything that matters, and then the next book comes out, and you're like, oh, damn it, I just skipped this part because I didn't think it was relevant, and now it's the focal point of the next book.
Anime.
That too, yeah.
No, sorry, that's just the one that I have the most experience with that, like, happening in, you know? Which is funny because I don't watch a lot of anime. But,
There's like that type of thing where it's like there's a lot of things,
yeah.
so I'm like, okay, well, I don't like this is kind of a confusing thing to attempt to explain, and it's not really going anywhere, so I'm just going to leave it out for simplicity's sake. And then it just comes up again, and I'm like, okay, well, now I have to backtrack and throw in this thing that I didn't talk about from a week ago, and now its timeline is confusing.
Yep. Which,
Like,
you know.
I'm very self-aware of that. Don't worry.
No, I know you are. I know you are.
Like, actually,
but,
you see Xenosaga 3, I think, has been making this a lot more palatable.
yeah, I can actually understand what's going on in, like, context now without it being a bunch of, like, words.
Yeah.
Which, again, no offense to how you've been explaining it. You've been explaining it to the best of your ability. Like, without... You're trying to make it both, like, palatable and understandable. Which makes sense, right? But, what's it called? Like, there are limits to how
like
much
I
you can
mentioned
explain
with
something.
the start of Xenosaga 2, I said they took out the glossary. I'm not going to be able to make this nearly as coherent as I did with Saga 1, because that would require that I understand what's happening.
But, what's it called? I feel like it would just be... make it, like, a little bit easier for me to understand.
Yeah.
It, like... If I'm gonna play Xenogears, and then I already want to play Xenoblade. Because now that have more than half a brain cell, which I'm gonna keep referring to it in stupid ways like that, I can play a story-driven game for the story now. As opposed to going like, man, when do I get my loot box? Because I'm gonna be honest, I've been so burnt out of live service games as of late, right?
Good.
Like, I played a lot of, you know, Overwatch and Fortnite and Rocket League and fucking Fall Guys and shit. Like, you know, all sorts of online games, online multiplayer games, where, you know, the entire point is what's it called? That it's an online multiplayer game. You play it online with people. There is not really much there, right? Also, I hope you don't mind me talking while you're battling.
Okay, I think what has happened is this has happened before the other day, where this is just the game is so much louder than it used to be.
Yeah, you might have to go into volume mixer.
Yeah, I did that like 3 days ago. I went to the volume mixer and turned it down. Now it's at 100 again.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because that's why I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, this is where it should
Okay.
be, yes.
And you don't mind me talking while you're doing the battles, right?
No, I was waiting for the database, but we were talking for a while, so I figured out, well, I can still just mindlessly kill some things while we're talking, so
Yeah.
no one's just waiting around anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to start fighting as in, like, wrap it up. That wasn't what I meant.
No. Yeah. I didn't take it that way. I just wanted to make sure that you were
Yeah.
good with me doing that. But, what's it called? What was I saying? Oh, yeah.
I don't know,
I've played so many, like, live service games that, like, the entire point of them is that they're multiplayer online games that have no real point. They have no story. The point of them is to be played repetitively, mindlessly forever, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sort of just burnt out of that. I've run out of energy to finish battle passes, man. Like, I've run out of energy to log on daily and do this and do this and do this. I would like to actually do more, you know?
Yeah. That's why I can never get behind those games. Because, like, even if, like, I find a game that's fun, it'll be like, oh, I missed one day, and I'm like, ah, I missed my daily, now I don't even want to get on anymore.
What's it called? I've sort of, like, the only game that I can stand to, like, do that with anymore is Fortnite, if not purely for emotional fucking connection, right? Like, sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
I can't leave. I'm stuck. I'm trapped. But also I just like the game. Like, it's like that one. Again, it has lore. It has a story. It's just really weird, you know. Oh, are we in a cutscene?
This was unplanned.
But here I'll wrap it up. But
Jeff
what's
Keighley
it called?
moment.
All right, Hideo, wrap it up. But what's it called? I just like I have a lot more time on my hands and a lot more interest in playing things, if not purely because I'm tired of wasting my time. Like, there are so many good games out there, right?
Yeah.
There's so many good games, and I've played almost none of them.
I love big story games.
I know, and I was a fool. I was a fool. I mocked you. I hated you, but you told the truth.
You hated me before I told the truth.
But like, I just wish I could like actually put out my game collection, because I love video games so much, the same way that I like that I love movies. I like stories. I like seeing stories unfold. I like, you know, especially video games because those are fun. I get to play those. Um, but like recently, I don't know. Whenever I lived in Chicago, I started watching more movies because there were a lot of good movies that I had yet to see that I wanted to see. And I just need to extend that to Fortnite and stop giving a shit about goddamn Marvel Rivals or whatever the fuck is currently going on. You know? Leave the multiplayer games to playing with my friends. I've got other shit to do than grind out another battle pass. Anyways, you're good. That was my final
Yeah, I was trying to
sort of.
figure out a way to like, because like I had a response I wanted to make, but I can't figure out a way to give input. So I don't know.
What was your response? You don't have to like give any input. Just
Uh, there's my response without figuring out how to make words.
Can you
I'm not saying I
like
wanted to make it constructive. I'm saying I wanted to make it. I
what's
felt
the
like I had something to say, but I can't figure out what to say.
positive, negative? Did you have a specific thing that you wanted to comment on?
Agreement, I guess. I don't know.
Was it an I told you so?
Not specifically.
It was an I told you so.
I told you so.
Is this it?
Yes. It looks like a religious facility of some kind.
Some sort of cathedral.
Good job, Jin.
It's a cathedral built by Ormus to worship the Zohar. Pilgrimage meetings with the Federation and other such activities took place here.
Yes, but that's only the official story. In reality, the research of the Zohar took place underneath.
No wonder this place looks shady. All right, let's go inside.
Music tells me this will be interesting. And my database upgraded again.
Oh boy,
Look at all the
cultural
100% we
events,
have.
organizations.
Oh, that's his wife. Sharon Roses, a doctor at the Federation Police Hospital. Her husband was an officer but died in the line of duty. She lived with her young son, Joachim. As a result of assisting with the Federation Police Special Investigations Unit's case regarding Voyager, she remembered that she had once been called one of the people of Zohar. Furthermore, her heart connected with the awkward but pure Jan, and she remarried in TC-4667. However, shortly after her marriage, she was killed by the UMN terrorist Voyager.
Well,
Joachim Roses, son of Sharon Roses. The death of his police officer father in his early childhood made him strongly independent, and he constantly looked after his mother. Sharon met Jan through her work. Seeing the image of his late father in Jan, Joachim considered Jan to be his true father after Sharon and Jan were remarried. He was killed by Voyager in TC-4667. Julius the 18th, the man who held the position of Immigrant Fleet Patriarch during the middle of the TC-4600s. He was well known as the moderate patriarch who proposed a divide-and-rule system for planet Abraxas with the Galaxy Federation. His thinking, prioritizing the peaceful use of the Zohar, despite the fact that the planet Abraxas was essentially under the sovereignty of the Immigrant Nation, led the future patriarch Sergius XIV to assassinate him immediately before the pilgrimage meeting. Wait, hold on. I had opened Sergius XIV. And that's what I was waiting on earlier, and we didn't read it. Sergius XIV, the patriarch of the Immigrant Fleet's radical faction who conspired with the Voyager to assassinate Julius XVIII, the proponent of reconciliation with the Galaxy Federation. Despite his plans to directly utilize the energy of the Zohar and to seize total control of planet Abraxas, the Federation interfered with the political workings of planet Abraxas as a result of the incident in which the Zohar went out of control, forcing him to abdicate as patriarch before his ambitions could be fulfilled.
Also, real quick before you start reading the next one, if you look at Discord, you asked me what I would do with a 3D printer. That's what I'd do with a 3D printer.
Acceptable.
Anyways, Brainjack.
Those well-versed in the UMN and virtual space can follow the access logs of someone who has dived into virtual space and tap into his or her brain. Brainjacking is usually only done by malicious humans, and their victims generally die from the destruction of their emotional and mental circuits. Even if they do manage to survive, their brains, emotions, and psyche will bear deep and lasting scars, making it impossible for them to return to life as usual. When brainjacking is necessary during a criminal investigation in virtual space, it can be performed with permission from Federation police higher-ups. However, the Galaxy Federation considers such actions to be highly confidential. Not only does the average citizen not know about them, but most departments within the Federation police are left in the dark as well. divide and rule measure, a plan to subject the planet Abraxas to a divide and rule system at the hands of the Galaxy Federation and the Immigrant Fleet Nation. The Immigrant Fleet appeared in the Mixum system in the TC-4500s and claimed sovereignty over the planet Abraxas, their holy land. A protracted conflict between the two groups started in the Mixum system not long after. In the TC-4600s, the territorial rights went to the Immigrant Fleet. However, when the moderate Julius XVIII was installed as the Immigrant Fleet's patriarch, the Immigrant Fleet began to accept the solution of a divide and rule system for Abraxas. Even though the difference in their tactical prowess means the Galaxy Federation should have a formidable advantage, Federation leaders know that the pressure has not gotten them far with the Immigrant Fleet, and they are recommending this alternative as well. A movement to convert the planet Abraxas over to a full divide and rule system was first seen at the pilgrimage meeting in TC-4667. Nursing plant incident. Mass murder incident at the government VIP nursing plant in Draper on planet Abraxas in TC-4667. Based on the conditions at the crime scene, it was assumed to be the work of Voyager. While it is unknown why Voyager massacred so many infants, post-crime reports stated that large quantities of specific information was reported lost from the brains of the deceased children. The Ambassador Lockup Incident. The incident in TC-4667 in which the Galaxy Federation Goodwill ambassadors were killed by Voyager within a virtual space constructed within the UMN.
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
So, sorry, before you read the next one. If you scroll back up for a second. Something I've been wondering about. So TC, and then it's followed by what I assume to be a year, right?
Yes, I do not remember what TC stands for.
That was going to be my question, because we have... I assume that that's a new, like, time era sort of thing. I assume that was after Lost Jerusalem was lost?
What TC meant was said, like, once in Xenosaga 3, I think. Sorry, Xenosaga 1, I don't know why I said 3. And my understanding of it... Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, I think it was, like, in the glossary of Xenosaga 1, they explained what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
It stands for Transcend Christ.
Okay.
So my understanding of it is it's basically the same thing as AD. They just switched over to TC. They didn't like restart the number. It's the same the same continuity of numbers. So like TC 2016 is the same thing as 2016 AD.
Okay.
That is my understanding. I might be wrong though.
Anyways.
You know what? No, I am just straight up wrong. I'm completely wrong, because for, like, the entire game we have been referring to Lost Jerusalem as 4,000 years ago. So
yeah.
So I made that up.
That's what I thought. That's why I was thinking it was after Lost Jerusalem was lost, because it was 4,000 years ago.
That should be correct, yes.
Okay.
I am going to blame the fact that it is almost midnight.
Right, after we finish reading these, I might have to go.
That's fine.
Go sleep.
Yep. I'll play for a little bit longer. But, I don't think I'm anywhere near it at the moment, but I will make sure not to beat the game without you here.
Okay.
The selection of Goodwill ambassadors, as well as the preparation of the venue for the Amnesty Summit, had been performed by Donald Marquand, special representative to the planet Abraxas Archon Zone. The Amnesty Summit was intended to diminish the consciously maintained distance between the Immigrant Fleet and the Galaxy Federation before the pilgrimage meeting, where a divide and rule system for Abraxas would be decided on. However, the incident became the grounds for a further worsening of their relationship. Furthermore, according to records, all of the children who had been selected as Goodwill ambassadors had been born on Abraxas. Archon Cathedral. A cathedral built by the Immigrant Fleet during the Old Abraxas era to worship the Zohar. Ziggy is closely connected to this place. It was here he was targeted by Voyager in a terrorist attack and his wife and child were killed. It is also the place where Ziggy took his own life. Archon Zone. The largest city on planet Abraxas. Greek for lord or ruler, and Gnosticism a word referring to evil spirits or false gods. Little on the nose there.
Little.
Draper. A region in the suburbs of Archon, densely packed with the facilities of firms in the biomedical sector. It was once used as an agricultural area, taking advantage of its fertile soil, but the bulk of the land was seized by the Galaxy Federation in the late TC 4580s. At that point in time, the Immigrant Fleet had territorial rights to Abraxas in all but name. While the Federation acquiesced to this ostensible fact, it demanded the partial transfer of ownership of some of Abraxas' land to them as compensation. The Federation's semi-forced ownership transfer of the Draper region is thought to have been a part of these demands. In TC 4591, the Draper region was opened up to a private use by Dmitry Yuriev, after a branch of the Yuriev Institute was built there. Every private business in the biotechnology sector would set up shop in the area, hoping to enjoy the new benefits provided by the Life Recycling Act, in a region closely linked with Yuriev. As expected from the above situation, most of the businesses located there were emerging branches of private industries, but government-owned nursing plants like JMI also existed there. This was Yuriev's plan from the start. He ultimately induced all information related to biotechnology to concentrate itself around JMI. I'm gonna go to JMI first. JMI, an artificial placenta facility in the Draper section of Planet Abraxas, short for Jacob Medical Imprinting. Okay, yeah. This facility was shut down when the life recycling law was abolished following the slaughter of a huge number of fetuses by Voyager. All information that had been gathered by the facility was confiscated by the Yuriev Institute and is said to have later formed the cornerstone of raising the URTVs. I see. Euphrates. During the attack on the Pilgrimage meeting in TC 4667, Voyager quoted this word from Chapter 16 of the Book of Revelation in the New Testament while forging a contract with Udu. In Revelation, the term is believed to refer to the Euphrates River. Why Voyager chose to quote this word is a mystery. One hypothesis is that he was comparing Udu to the King of Revelation, and had attempted to call forth Armageddon for the Battle of God. The Euphrates River is an international riverway whose source is in northeastern Turkey. It crosses Syria before joining the Tigris River in Iraq and becoming the Shat al-Arab, which continues into the Persian Gulf. Its total length extends 2,780 kilometers. EAPF, the Educational Artificial Placenta Facility, is built to artificially raise the elite personnel who will become the leaders in the future. The genetic manipulation of embryos was carried out during the developmental stage in the nurseries of this facility. These facilities existed on most of the galaxy's main planets. Records left from the facilities on planet Abraxas, particularly the ones in Draper, indicate that they raised fetuses using the sperm and eggs of natural-born Abraxas citizens. 18% of the government bureaucracy in the early TC 4700s was staffed by people who had been artificially created in facilities like these. These facilities are generally described as a byproduct of the Life Recycling Act, but the original goal of the law is believed to have been the artificial creation of an elite race with the ultimate mission of linking with the Zohar. The facilities were completely shut down after the Life Recycling Act was abolished, but the technology they had cultivated, as well as the massive amount of data they had recorded, was all seized by the Yuriev Institute.
The government is all full of test tube babies. Sounds like a conspiracy theory.
VLV, an illegal anti-UMN organization that operated from a base on planet Abraxas. Its name is short for Veritas
Liberatum?
No.
Liberabit?
Liberabit Voss, which directly translates as "the truth shall set you free." The name is thought to have been intended as a jab at the human race, which had lost sight of the truth after placing excessive amounts of faith in too much technology, starting with the UMN. Along with Melissa Ortiz, the group would later become central to the formation of Scientia, an anti-UMN group spanning the entire Galaxy Federation. The Public Safety Commission. A subgroup of the Federation Parliament, it is organized under a council system borrowed from similar groups that existed during the Lost Jerusalem era, in order to democratically maintain police administrations. While also functioning as the superior body of the regional police forces established in every planetary nation, its main duties include investigating crimes that impact the entire galaxy, conducting autonomous Galaxy Federation probes, training investigators, and all other police work that requires unified execution across the entire galaxy. As a rule, it does not directly command or oversee police activity, but instead governs police administrations through the Federation Police Organization. The CPC would later split off from the Public Safety Commission in order to intensify the investigation of UMN-related crimes. The 1875th Special Ops Command. The unit in the Federation Police whose mission was to track down and arrest UMN terrorist Voyager. The Abraxas detachment was a strike force sent to neutralize Voyager. The Federation Police Organization, existing as a subgroup of the Federation Public Safety Commission, is composed of the Administrative Director's Office, Section 1, the General Safety Section, Section 2, the First Security Section, Section 3, the Traffic Control Section, Section 4, the Second Security Section, Section 5, and the Information and Communications Section, Section 6, along with the other affiliated organizations and regional police forces. Special Ops Command Headquarters belongs to Section 6. It is said that the total number of Special Ops Commands across the galaxy numbers into the thousands. CPC. The CPC, or the Communication Promotion Committee, is a subgroup of the Federation Parliament, dedicated to the administration and promotion of the UMN and the communications industry. Originally, it was a part of the Public Safety Commission. However, Dmitry Yuriev, who would later serve as the new committee's representative, proposed that it be split off. Yuriev used his authority to form the fictitious descendants of Nestorius terrorist group and to place assorted pressures on forces within the Federation Parliament that opposed his power. The Communication Promotion Committee also held close connections with the Federation Police Information and Communications Section. The verbal clout wielded by its representative had a major influence in the structure of the police themselves. This fact was likely aided by the committee's history as a splinter group from the Public Safety Commission. Anti-Patriarch Faction. A term used to refer to the people who took a negative opinion of the policies of Julius XVIII. In the latter half of the TC-4600s, Immigrant Fleet Patriarch Julius XVIII proposed that planet Abraxas, which was in possession of the Zohar, should be split with the Galaxy Federation and governed by both entities. However, at the time, the Immigrant Fleet and Galaxy Federation were waging a continued internal power struggle over the Zohar, and not many agreed with Patriarch Julius's decision to press forward with his policy of appeasement. Federation Police Academy. A group established by the Federation Public Safety Commission with the goal of training police officers. It divides its training process into two programs, Class A and Class B. Class A is the so-called Career Policeman Training Academy. Its goal is to train officers for work with the Federation Police Organization. It handles the training of police officers, technical administrators, and research staffers. Class B academies belong to Star System precincts and mainly handle the training of regional police officers. As a rule, the Class A program appoints Police Academy students to lieutenant positions upon graduation, immediately giving them missions and projects to command from the field. Jan Sauer graduated from the 5th Jerusalem Class A Police Academy with top honors. Blood of Abraxas. Planet Abraxas was a planetary nation formed by people who had descended from the Immigrant Fleet, so this term is used to refer to people who carry the blood of the Immigrant Fleet. Ormus patriarchs like Julius XVIII, Sergius XIV, and Sergius XVII have also inherited the blood of Abraxas. A pilgrimage meeting. A conference with the goal of opening the door to Lost Jerusalem with the Zohar. It has been held since the main Immigrant Fleet claimed sovereignty over planet Abraxas, but fewer and fewer people have known its meaning as time went by. By the TC-4600s, it had come to be regarded only as a simple, antiquated religious ceremony. As a general rule, the conference is managed by the Immigrant Fleet Nation, but the presence of the Galaxy Federation government is also seen as necessary. The reason for this is thought to be to display the current Patriarch's power, his affinity to the Zohar, to the populace, and the Federation government. People of Zohar. A term referring to people who trace their genes directly back to the Immigrant Fleet. In the past, the people of Zohar comprised the majority of the population of Mixum and Mesha. Net Preacher, a term used by people in the VLV to refer to Voyager. People in the anti-UMN group, which had obtained fragmentary information related to Voyager, thought that he confined the consciousness of the victims he killed inside a virtual space he had constructed within the UMN. In fact, Voyager's victims see him as having provided the world for which they had hoped. They have no victim mentality. This ingenious approach earned Voyager this name, comparing him to a street preacher. We are free. Are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm still here. So I started working on a spreadsheet. I'll probably just stay a little bit longer.
Okay.
By the way, I was listening. Don't worry. I'm not like absent-mindedly just like keeping it on in the background while I do this.
I mean, it only
I
hurts
just
you if
remembered
you weren't
that
listening.
I mean, yeah, but like, it might be a bit like seem a bit rude.
I don't want to kill it. I just want to heal. Okay, that's good enough. I actually missed that twice, so... That is not how I was expecting that to collapse. At all. Oh, I forgot to equip all their stuff? Are you kidding? There's no way I forgot
Oh,
to do
wonderful.
that. But, here's the Miyuki special. You can't see exactly... Well, actually you can see what it does. 79 strength, 81 ether attack.
Uh-huh.
The night bunker there is the most recent thing from the shop that I bought.
Uh-huh.
Or the most recent thing in the shop that is in the shop, because I bought the most recent one. Look how much it goes down! It goes down by over 30 in each stat. It's almost double.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, apparently I stopped giving people their equipment on Cosmos, and everyone below Cosmos just didn't get stuff. Oops.
Oh, wonderful.
I don't know how I did that. Oh yeah, we never checked what the God's Experience did. I checked that this morning. Large increase in acquired experience. It's a grinding tool. Oh no, Chaos got his shirt. Oh, Junior also got his shirt. I just forgot to give him his gun. Because I forgot to give some people their weapons, but I gave everyone their armor. Okay, now we're good. He wasn't looking where he was going. What a loser. My biggest complaint with the ES battle system is that after you kill an enemy and you still have stocked attacks, it seemingly randomly chooses the next opponent. Whenever I have a very specific enemy in mind I want it to go to, and then it just doesn't do that. It attacks the wrong one and wastes a turn. It's not a big enough deal to ruin my life, but it does annoy me. Because, like, the Asher has fire attacks. 2 of these guys are weak to fire and 1's weak to beam. So when I kill the fire guy, I want it to default to the next fire guy, but I bet you it's going to default to the beam guy.
I'm not knowledgeable enough to make a bet on that.
Yeah, I went
Kind
to
of
the
really
beam
weird
guy.
audio.
I think I figured out what order it's selecting. Like, I think I figured out what preference it has. I think it's going in turn order. So once I kill the guy I killed, it then targets the next enemy that's going to attack me. So it's trying to save me by picking the guys in attack next. But I would rather it just... I don't know what algorithm I wanted to do, but I wanted to do what I wanted and not what it wants. So it interrupts the flow of battle a little bit, but maybe you could let me pick. It's not a huge deal, it's just a minor annoyance. Because clearly it's not getting me killed. Was the main door locked? Ah, it was. Didn't know that. Gold fall. That sounds like it gives me extra gold. Yes. Lots of money.
I've been waiting for you, young sour.
Hey, that's...
Voyager.
I was certain you'd come here.
What's going on? What's he got to do with this place?
This is where he killed my wife and child. Voyager, I'm already dead. Whatever you're scheming in this place means nothing.
No, you're still suffering. Even now. Aren't you? Time stopped for you on that day. You can never escape from it. If you'd heeded my warning and became a testament together with me, you wouldn't have had to suffer like that.
Ziggy, a testament?
Why are you so surprised? The same applies to all of you. You, and you.
What about you?
You, and especially you.
All
And
of
you.
you possess the characteristics to become one of us. He knows that, and has been observing you all this time.
He? Observing what?
planted an observational program in a special realian. Didn't you notice him standing by and watching you for 15 years? Program Kanan, or perhaps I should say, Lactus.
Lactus? That's impossible. That was 100 years ago. Kanan! It's you?
I feel so bad for anyone who didn't experience Pied Piper before this. That includes you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna pretend to know.
Galactus is a Realian that was on the same Special Ops Squad with Jan Sauer on the Voyager case. And Kanan is Lactus. But Kanan didn't know that until, like, 2 days ago.
You're that Lactus?
Codename Lactus. I was given that name 100 years ago to observe both Voyager and you, Captain. And now, I am observing all of you, Rubido.
Kanan is an observer?
Kanan, you're kidding, right? There's no way you'd be a spy.
Rubido, what he says is true. That's how I'm programmed.
Kanan, you've been betraying us this whole time? Say something. Answer me, Kanan.
Don't be so hard on Lactus. That's what he was made for. Just as you were created to be a weapon, he was created to be an observer.
I'm sorry, Rubido.
Kanan.
Enough of this, Voyager. Why are you doing this? What's the point in making Lactus suffer now?
Captain,
Is this why you became a testament? What's your real objective? Answer me, Eric.
I became a testament to escape the fear of death and to obtain eternal pleasure. It had nothing to do with you, Jan Sauer. The reason I concern myself with you is extremely simple. I just want to enjoy my eternal life along with you.
That's kind of gay, man.
A little bit.
Sorry.
100 years ago,
Sorry.
you ignored my words
Tone.
and ended your own life. That is something I cannot accept.
Is that the reason why you decided to choose this place?
Exactly. This is the place where the curtain was closed. Now, let's move on to the encore. Except this time, I will have the pleasure of finishing you off myself. Just like I did your own son.
Eric!
Dan. Okay, so he just casually does half my health without even a special attack. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
Okay.
I never thought I'd get to enjoy this experience again. I'm grateful to you, Jan Sauer.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait out this thing. Yeah, that could have been really bad if I wasn't blocking. Why did you miss? I needed that. This boss feels like it's gonna take a minute.
Destroying enemy unit.
not dodge every single time. That would be great.
It'd be pretty cool, I think.
Ooh, could have seen that coming. Okay, we're almost allowed to do damage again. Wait for a bunch of overlapping cycles, though. I don't think let's wait until I know what we're doing.
Dodging one attack, canceling all my future attacks is my favorite ES mechanic. Oh, what does that mean? Oh no, I don't like that. I don't think that was necessary.
Well, will you prostrate yourselves and beg for your lives?
Please don't kill me, Voyager. No, seriously, please don't kill me. What the fuck? Why'd you get 10 turns in a row? What is your problem? Seriously, what the fuck is this problem? Why do you do that? I don't get 10 turns at once. Why do you? Now I get to wait 10 more years until I can actually fight him to death. That's also the worst possible one to die. The Asher has the guard increase ability. So as long as he's guarding, he will literally never die. I am concerned that anyone over here might die. I like the idea of that. Could you not? don't go, so I have to waste your good cycle. Yay. Voyager's goal is to be extremely annoying. He's succeeding. Yeah, I stand by that. Block it. These late game boss battles feel extremely unbalanced.
From what I understand, everything felt unbalanced when we got here, right?
The regular enemies are fine. They die super easily. I thought that was I don't know what that is. This matters. Just down, no. Okay. The Reuben is now where it needs to be. Once the Reuben is at full health and we have a favorable elemental weakness, we will unleash our Anima attacks and end this mess. That's Beam? You're serious? It's Beam? Okay. Sure, why not? We'll just place the Anima, that's fine. There's one more turn that could possibly be. Okay. Yeah,
Nice.
Is pretty good. I don't think this kills. Awesome. This might kill. It did. That was annoying. 35,000 experience, though.
It's over, Eric.
Holy shit.
Oh no, it's just beginning.
Why did he think that would make the ES good?
No need to struggle. You should know by now it's impossible for you to harm me.
No, Captain, stop!
Oh, Captain, stop!
Lactus!
Please stop, Captain. You can't win against Eric.
So, your subordinate has to save you, Jan. What a fine captain you make.
Eric, I want to make a deal with you.
A deal?
You became a testament to conquer the fear of death, right?
And what of it? Thanks to his power, I've already conquered it.
No, you haven't. If the one who gave you the power perished, you would face the fear of death again. You yourself haven't changed at all. Don't you see?
Nonsense. He will never disappear. My life is eternal.
Do you really think so? Can you be certain you will not be betrayed by the one you trust? You are the one who sneered that there was no meaning in such things. Use Program Kanan. My subconscious domain is linked to a specified location to send and receive information. I presume you know where that is.
The compass of order.
Yes. By linking with me, you can directly absorb the power of the compass. You'll obtain the power of God. How does that sound?
What is it you want?
Make me one of you.
Kanan?
Lactus, what are you saying?
No matter what happens, even if I survive here, I am a traitor. I don't want to live on with that sullied label.
I see. No wonder you are a specially designed Realian. I accept your offer. I'll take that power from you.
Lactus.
I think it's a scam.
I think it's a scam. I was gonna leave like a half hour ago.
The boss took a half hour, sorry.
I see.
I'm just watching.
This is his power. With this, I will become God.
Okay, Kanye, calm down.
What? My power. My power is fading.
I guess you couldn't handle this power, Eric. You've touched something that must never be touched. So now, you must face your punishment for all that you have done.
Lactus. This is what you intended from the very beginning.
I'm afraid you will have to join me on a journey into phase space, Eric.
No.
Let go! Lactus! There's no need for you to sacrifice yourself. You won't be able to come back. Your very existence will perish!
I know, Captain. But it's all right. I don't want to see anyone else I care about die before my eyes. I didn't exist just to watch you die, and I don't want to exist only to betray you. I truly want another reason to exist. I want to protect every one of us. Goodbye, Captain.
Lactus!
Kanan!
Farewell, Ruby Doll. I pray for the success of your mission.
I failed yet again.
That's not true. He's finally free from his curse. He won't be used by anyone anymore.
So, you chose the same path I did, Lactus.
I
What?
don't agree.
Real quick question: why does he keep calling him Lactus?
That's his name.
They also keep calling him Kanan.
That's his also name. Okay, so Kanan is to Ziggy what Lactus is to Jan Sour. Did that make
Okay.
any sense?
Okay, that's how he knew him before.
Yes.
Okay, so he's dead naming him.
No.
Okay, but for real, like,
Kanan didn't
So-
remember his life as Lactus until very recently. The program
Okay.
Kanan suppressed it.
okay,
So he went by Kanan not knowing he was Lactus.
got it. Makes sense.
I just want to see how much got added.
I think one.
That was a lot of upgrading, and yes, one
One.
Lactus.
One Lactus, and I think two unknown.
Nope, just upping program Kanan.
Oh. Unfortunate. I was wrong.
Do you want to read those right now, or do you want to go to sleep?
Does that answer your question?
No.
Did the yawn come through?
Yes.
I think we're gonna go to bed.
I'm backtracking to the save. Get the Reuben out of here. Okay, I will be back on in the morning before work.
Okay. Chances are good I won't be here before you go to work.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting so.